Wisdom chapter 15. The servants of God praise him who hath delivered them from idolatry, condemning both the makers and the worshippers of idols. But thou, our God, art gracious and true, patient and ordering all things in mercy. For if we sin, we are thine, knowing thy greatness, and if we sin not, we know not that we are counted with thee. For to know thee is perfect justice, and to know thy justice and thy power is the root of immortality. For the invention of mischievous men hath not deceived us, nor the shadow of a picture, a fruitless labor, a graven figure with diverse colors, the sight whereof enticeth the fool to lust after it, and he loveth the lifeless figures of a dead image. The lovers of evil things do deserve to have no better things to trust in. They both that make them, and they that love them, and they that worship them. The potter also, tempering soft earth, with labor fashion every vessel for our service, and of the same clay he maketh both vessels that are for clean uses, and likewise such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of a vessel? The potter is the judge. And of the same clay, by a vain labor, he maketh a God, who a little before was made of earth himself, and a little after returneth to the same from which he is taken, when his life which was lent to him shall be called for again. But his care is not that he shall labor, nor that his life is short, but that he striveth with goldsmiths and silversmiths, and that he endureth to do like the workers in brass, and counteth it a glory to make vain things. For his heart is ashes, and his hope vain earth, and his life more base than clay. For as much as he knew not his Maker, and him that inspired him, to the soul that worketh, and that breathed into him a living spirit. Yea, but they have counted our life a pastime, and the business of life to be gain, and that we must be getting every way, even out of evil. For that man knoweth that he offendeth above all others, who of earthly matters make brittle vessels and graven gods. But all of the enemies of thy people that hold them in subject are foolish and unhappy and proud beyond measure. For they have esteemed all of the idols of the heathens for gods, which neither have use of their eyes to see, nor nose to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers to hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to walk. For man made them, and he that borroweth his own breath fashioned them. For no one can make a God like himself. Ooh. He that borroweth his own breath from God. We do that. We have borrowed breath from God. Ha! Love it. For being mortal himself, he formed a dead thing from his wicked hands. For he is better than they whom he worshipped, because he indeed hath lived, though he were mortal, but they never. Moreover, they worship also the vilest creatures, but things without sense to compare to these are worse than they. Yea, neither by sight can any man see good of these beasts. I was thinking dragon. But they have fled from the praise of God and from his blessings. That's the end of chapter 15. I'm going to be late for work if I don't go, so have a blessed day. Thanks for joining me.